Tom, congratulations. You've just been named as the club's new Chief Executive Officer. Firstly, how does it feel?
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, it feels great. Really proud to be assuming the role of chief exec, as you say. It's a club that means a lot to me. Obviously, been involved at the club a long time, so yeah, really grateful for Raf, Ryan, and the board at KB Sports and Leisure for entrusting me to take on the role, and yeah, look forward to leading the club into this exciting new era.
Yeah, certainly no stranger to the club. You've been with us for nearly a decade now in a variety of different roles, so I suppose that sets you up perfectly for this new one.
Yeah, so I joined the club in 2016 at the start of the Zaya Aaron ownership. So I worked with Dermot and Matt Gray as my first management team, and obviously worked closely with Erdem, Kelly, Bruce, Graham Wright, the commercial manager at the time. Really grateful for their support. Learned a lot. Obviously my first role in football. Continued working there whilst I was at university. So had a really good 2 years. 2 years to start off then. Had experience in marketing roles, commercial roles, and in the media department during that time too. And then got promoted to general manager just before the COVID season. So that was a nice little curveball, having to work through that alongside Erdem and Claire James. And then yeah, for the last few years, continued the role as general manager. Obviously peaking at Wembley last year, and then obviously sat here today before you. So yeah, I think I'm ready for the role. It's a role I've wanted for a while now. But yeah, no, really pleased just to be here and excited to get my teeth into it.
Yeah, you start the new role at a pivotal time. We've obviously just got new owners in KB Sports and Leisure, as you've mentioned. So it's an exciting time. We've already seen a wave of new investment that we'll talk a little bit about later in the interview. But in terms of the timing, it sort of couldn't come at a better one, could it?
Yeah, obviously working really closely with Raf over the last couple of weeks and months. Um, Really looking forward to working closely with him, Ryan, Dan, and Max on the board as well. But yeah, no, so far so good. I think, as you mentioned, the investment that we've seen off the pitch has been great. Lots of tangible things that fans will see when they come back to the ground for the first time on Saturday, which has been fantastic to be part of. And yeah, I think this summer's been busy, but it's been exciting nonetheless. Really good atmosphere around the place. Everyone really keen to make an impression, obviously, to new ownership. It's been great working closely with Raf, as I say. His excitement, passion for the club has been clear to see, and it's great working with someone like that. So yeah, it's as you say, a really exciting time, and just looking forward to what the future holds.
Yeah, it's certainly been an interesting few months. We'll talk, as I say, a little bit about the projects in a little while. But in terms of the sort of transition period between, RAF and the previous ownership, it's been pretty flat out, isn't it? There's been lots going on, and I suppose it's been useful for yourself having, nearly a decade's knowledge of the club to sort of put your mark on that, and it's visible to see, isn't it, what's happening around the ground?
Yeah, so I think it's worth pointing out that we're really lucky with the staff we have on the ground here. Everyone's been here, similar to me, a long time, so to know what they're doing, so to speak. We've had a great launch with our season tickets. Numbers were really good for that, all things considered. So props to Katie for managing that side of things and getting those out in a timely manner. Obviously yourselves in the media team with the plethora of signings and various announcements, they've obviously all been well received and been really pleased with the output there. Reece and James on the commercial team have done a fantastic job with partnerships, with a few more announcements to come over the coming weeks. And then, yeah, as you mentioned, the big job was the stadium. A lot of improvements there, from cladding to pitch side hoardings to interior cladding, which obviously fans might have noticed over my shoulders a bit different. That has all been sort of job roles out the window, and everyone mucking in for the greater good, which is part of why I love this club. It's part of why loads of people love this club. It's that community spirit. It's all pulling together for the greater good, and yeah, something that I think we really need to tap into going forward, because I think that's what makes Crawley Town Football Club.
Yeah, and I suppose in terms of the upgrades that we've seen around the stadium, certainly in your time here in the sort of past decade or so, we've probably managed to squeeze what we would have seen, over that 10-year span into one summer, which is, really incredible. And it just shows the commitment that Raf and the guys at KB Sports and Leisure, have to the club, because, it's not just hard work. It's a lot of money that's been put into the club to sort of bring us up to the standard that we want to all be performing at. So it's been really good to see, isn't it?
Yeah, the off-field investment this summer has been significant. Certainly the biggest in the time that I've been here. And yeah, it's just been a great time to be a part of. You want people to turn up to the stadium, to be proud to turn up and say, yeah, this is the home of my football team. And equally also provide a better experience for fans on a match day. Yes, there's a lot of aesthetical changes that, fundamentally do improve the visual aspects of the club. But there's also lots of bits and pieces behind the scenes that fans wouldn't see that, from an operational point of view, it makes our lives easier behind the scenes, but equally we'll have those benefits for fans on match days as well. Queuing times, for example, the shop is an obvious one. And then, some other maybe not as obvious to fans, but have big impacts for us off the pitch too.
Yeah, and obviously as general manager in the previous role, you were still sort of managing the off-field output. What are the main aims now you've been sort of given this new role? What are the main aims and the first priorities that you have?
Yeah, I think Raf outlined it in his interview in that, one of the first ones is doing the basics right. I think that's a key one to focus on at the start. There's a lot that we have to get right now at the start of the season, so that we're not reeling the effects of not being prepared later on in the season. So that's where our immediate focus is at the moment. Making sure that Scott feels supported, making sure that the team feels supported to go out there on a match day and perform. And then it's those longer viewed items, stadium infrastructure, training ground, all those big picture items that require a little bit more strategic planning once we're up and running football wise. So yeah, twofold: short term and long term. Short term on pitch success, and then obviously long term building on that success, hopefully on the pitch, into something bigger and better. I think probably second to that, obviously transparency and fan engagement has been a big thing for the last couple of years. So that'll be a key area for me to work on. We've got meetings with the CTSA planned for this weekend at Newport. I'm meeting the guys at G&H Coaches the week after. The Devil's Advocates I'm in conversation with about the next meeting for that. And then obviously discussions regarding a date for a fans forum, which will be posted in due course. So yeah, just getting that communication between the various fan groups, obviously as individual groups, and then hopefully plans to sort of collate those various groups into one big group, and yeah, really look to kick on from there.
Yeah, in terms of the foundations that we have, as you've touched on already in the interview, we're sort of perfectly set up for what could be a great season. We've seen a great uptake in season ticket numbers. The kit launches have been one of the most successful in the club's history. So there's plenty of good things going on at the moment. And I suppose, as we've said countless times, when everybody's rowing in the right direction and got the right intentions, this club can become. It is a small club, but it could become a great one, couldn't it?
Yeah, I think the potential here at this club is massive. I don't think you need to be an expert to realise that. Obviously, the 17,000 at Wembley shows you that the appetite's there. We just need, as a club, to do more to make sure that those 17,000 people are coming every week and can start to realise the potential that this club does have. Without being disrespectful to anything we've achieved so far, I'm a firm believer in that we've actually still almost got everything else to achieve. You'll have a lot of clubs that will be in leagues lower down than us, almost being at the same stage of having that blank canvas in terms of stadium, in terms of training ground and just general infrastructure, but they're relying on back-to-back promotions to get into the league. We're obviously heading off to a former Premier League side in Swansea City next week in the Cup, so we're already there. We're at the level that everyone fights to get to, and equally have still got everything to achieve off the field as well. So I think it's a fantastic position to be in. We're alive and fighting, and yeah, I look forward to hopefully leading us into being able to realise that potential.
Well, Tom, congratulations and best of luck on the new role.
Thank you.